to dive in a little bit to what we're talking about at the event. I think it's very important for those of you that were not there to have an understanding of what is happening within the business. We made some really, really exciting announcements that you may have seen in the Telegram group or you may be aware of, but I would also like to make those announcements here on this call as well, so that everyone is on the same page. Whether you were at the event or not, you have the same information. And we will make these slides available for those of you that would like to use them, translate them, didn't understand them the first time, you could take a deeper look at them. So I don't want to go too much into my background. I think a lot of you know me. I'm ex-Morgan Stanley, ex-Binance, been doing fintech for most of my career, and absolutely love it. The opportunities are amazing. The growth that we're going to be seeing in AI finance in the coming years, I believe is going to be, absolutely astronomical. And I think what we're seeing with AI today, whether it be finance or not, is the defining technology of our generation and possibly of history. And I think it's something that we really, really need to pay a lot of attention to. I was watching an interview from Davos, Switzerland, where they're having the big summits and the big financial meetings this week. And the CEO of Anthropic, which was one of the top institutional AI companies, was talking about how he believes that this technology, AI, will be more powerful than any other technology that's ever been introduced into the history of the world. And that every cycle, it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter, the development time that it takes to get to these things. So it's a very, very exciting time, not only to be alive, but to be working in AI, and specifically to be working in the AI finance. I think it's just, I feel so honored and so blessed to be able to be a part of this movement, to be a leader in this space, that I really want everyone to understand how monumental it is, what time in history we're living, and how exciting it is what we have. So I will move on because I have a lot of information that I would like to cover. I have two people that I will bring on to introduce as well a little bit later in the call. These are two people that I personally recruited myself and have agreed to join the company and help us upscale our leadership, our quality of corporate team, and I couldn't be more excited to have these people on board. So let's get right into it. Without further ado, I'd like to speak a little bit about the slides that I presented at the event. So one of the things that we've been very, very, very excited about this year is the Forbes information. Now, Forbes, as you know, is a major, major publication in the world. It's one of the most respected financial publications that there is out there. And Forbes did several different things with us. First of all, they invited me to the Forbes Executive Council, and I'm part of the finance division of the Executive Council. So this is a true honor for me to be able to represent Aurum on such a worldwide financial stage. I participated in high-level panels alongside blockchain leaders, along AI leaders, along fintech leaders, and the Forbes article that came out and this invitation to the Forbes Council were really votes of confidence from the market that what we're doing is a really amazing project. What we're doing is something that is being built to last, and that we're really trying to change a lot of lives with this technology. So couldn't be more thrilled with what has been happening. I will go into a brief summary of the 2025 year. And I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I think it's important for everyone to realize how successful we've been. This is a product that in 2025 performed as good or better than we were hoping. And you can see that the total result was 209.13%. So I think we need to give a big round of applause to the team, to the traders, to those that built this technology, but more importantly, to the leaders who have helped us grow this business. 209% is a phenomenal number. And as you can see, the average is around 17.5%. Now, here's a look at the 2025 monthly performance. And as you can see, we don't have a consistent, 15%, 17%. The bot does its thing, and sometimes it's 15.9, sometimes it's 16.6, sometimes it's 18.3, and you can see the numbers for yourself. So it was a really, really wonderful year. 2026 is shaping up to be another excellent year for us, but we still have a lot of work to do, and we have a long way to go. So thank you for everyone for the hard work, and let's keep going. Now, with regards to the Aurum EX AI bot, this also has been a wonderful product for us. We launched it in the first quarter of last year, so it's almost been a year now, and it has been performing magically as well for us. So total returns since launch have been 70%. Now, one thing that's really exciting about this bot is that there is no penalty for withdrawal. So this is something that is completely liquid. There is a 72-hour commitment for us to get the funds out of there. And so for those of you that do decide to take the funds out for whatever reason, to trade them, to pay for something, or to take them out and then put them back in as a different token, whether you had BTC and then you want to put Pepe in, please bear in mind that the commitment from our side is 72 hours. And so far, we are very, very good at meeting that commitment. So thanks to all of you that helped build this and help promote this and have their cryptos in this. It's been a really wonderful product for us. As you can see, we've itemized the different pairs that we have in there. So the BNB has performed quite well, but really the Doge and the Pepe have outperformed our expectations and done very, very well. But BTC and ETH, for such a strong, solid asset, is actually a really, really amazing number to be able to, since the launch, get to 83% and 106% respectively. So we're doing a very good job there. And as I said, we need to continue this. We need to keep this up. We have a lot of work left ahead of us for the year of 2026, but we're off to a very good start. Now, Aurum passed the 50,000 mark some days ago, almost a month ago now, and we've done a really good job of continuing to grow. I think we're going to get to 100,000 a lot faster than most people think. And our goal by the end of this year is to have roughly 1 million users on the platform. So we're doing a really good job. We're over 90 million on the AI bots. The arbitrage results are more than 15 million. We've had tons of calls, tons of meetings. We had nearly 1,500 people at our 3 last events. So it's really been an amazing run for us in 2023 to 2025. And 2026 is where we really start to scale this thing into the next level. The next thing that I'd like to mention is that we are officially live on Google Play with our Aurum Neobank app. So what does that mean? That means you can go to the Google Play Store. You don't have to have back office link. You don't have to have someone else's link. Anyone in the world can go to the Google Play Store, download the app, and start to use the product. So this is really exciting for us because we're trying to create a system where we have so many products and services, and not all of them rely on the affiliate model. Not all of them need to be used in conjunction with the link or with the direct selling model. And so I think it's really exciting for us. The iOS app is coming very soon. As you can see on this slide, we have in the final stages of approval with this and of passing the compliance and platform requirements by Apple. So this is another very exciting moment for us. I believe we should have that in the next 30 to 60 days across the line. But don't quote me on those numbers because sometimes Apple can be a little fickle and it's much more difficult to get something placed, especially a financial app, especially one that touches crypto, placed into the Apple Store than it is the Google Play Store. And so we're working very hard on that, and we feel like we're very close and excited to be able to announce that soon. Now, this is something that I want to talk about briefly because it was an exciting announcement that we had during the event. But we have a new product that's called Aurum Flow. Now, a lot of people looked up there, saw the video, and said, hey, what is Aurum Flow? How does it work? What's going on? But really at the base of it and in its essence, it's a very, very simple product to understand because what it does is it allows you to use your different communication channels, WhatsApp, Telegram, and Instagram, in a way where AI is being implemented to help you manage conversations and never forget a follow-up, ensure that people have the right data and information without having to manually send it to them, and handle volumes that, quite frankly, can be really overwhelming at times. I think I did a little exercise and an experiment on my personal phone, and I sent a message to myself, and then I waited 30 minutes. And when I was done with those 30 minutes, that message was about 18 scrolls down for me. So that means I was receiving, hundreds of messages per half hour, which is, many hundreds of messages per hour. And so at some point we become saturated and we're not able to manage all of these messages. And with the AI product that we're introducing, the Aurum Flow product, you're able to leverage this technology to be able to help you answer messages in real time, break down what people are really looking for, send them the proper information at the proper time in their journey to onboard with Aurum, and help them get into the ecosystem, into the products, into the AI bot, into the platform, the back office, without having to do a lot of manual work. And so what this does for us is it provides an amazing amount of scalability, so that we're able to help our leaders, help those that want to use these tools to be more effective, to be more efficient, and to sorry, my phone's ringing. Give me 1 second. Someone's at the door. Okay, so it's a really exciting product, and can't wait to roll this out to everyone. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. Someone is at my door. I will. Okay, everyone, I'm back with you. Apologize there. So yeah, the Aurum Flow is an exciting product. We're really thrilled to be bringing this to you. It should be launching around mid-February. My goal is the 10th of February, but that's only a few more days to go. So la llave está ahí. All right, moving right along. Let's get to some of the other announcements that we have here. Give me 1 second. Now, one of the things that I want to stress on before I move on from Aurum Flow is why it's important. And I mentioned some of these things right now, but here you can have a slide that explains exactly what we see as the value of Aurum Flow. So first of all, it unifies all of your messaging channels across one single source of truth, right? So WhatsApp and Telegram are probably the two most widely used communication tools within our business. And oftentimes you're flipping back and forth. You can't remember which app someone sent you the message in. You can't remember what group it was inside of or what platform. And so this is really a tool that's able to help you a great deal, act as a command layer that's AI powered, that can answer in real time. So if someone says, hey, I would like to know more information about the product, the AI Aurum Flow bot will then take that request, and you're able to set up templates inside of the product that allow you to have custom responses and allow you to give these responses directly without any interaction from yourself to the prospect or to the customer. You're able to give them videos, you're able to send them PDFs, you're able to do all sorts of really cool things in there. So this is a way for us to automate communication at scale. Now, this is really important because a lot of our leaders and a lot of the people in our affiliate model have told us, I have all this huge opportunity. It's really quite amazing, but I just can't keep up with the volume. And so this is a way for us to remove the manual bottlenecks and ensure that every interaction, first of all, goes answered, but secondly, follows the structure that our team and that our company and that our ecosystem message follows. So we're really keen on having consistent messaging, truthful messaging across all of our network, across all of our platforms, so that everyone with very little effort is able to have the exact same level of communication and support that the top leaders that have been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years do. So it's an exciting time. Please stay tuned for more on this. We'll be launching it very, very soon, in a couple of weeks, within the platform. And so please look out for this. Now, I want to show a video here real quickly. And I think this is something that you guys are going to enjoy seeing. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video. The video is not working. So I'm just going to move on and discuss a little bit about what the video says. So The next thing that I'd like to talk about is RWAs. So many of you know what this is. The initials stand for real world assets. But maybe some of you know what the words mean, but don't understand the full concept of it. And it's something that I've been really passionate about since I left Binance in 2022. And I think it's going to be a really, really huge opportunity for many people in the world, not only Aurum people, but everywhere around the world, to be able to participate in some of the strongest financial assets and non-financial assets around the world in a tokenized manner. And so what this means is that we take, a real world asset is created by taking an asset. Let's take the example of real estate. You see that house in the background there. That house can be bought, can be tokenized, and then can be split up into many different tokens so people can buy a fraction of that house. And in its simplest form, that's what it is with any other type of asset, be that gold, be that financial instruments like stocks, bonds, private equity, private credit, debt, factoring invoices, things of this nature. But beyond that, there's a whole world of ways that we could use this technology. We've seen in the market people tokenizing casks of whiskey or expensive casks of wine, so that when you buy a fraction of that token, of that cask via a tokenized asset, so you buy one token out of 100,000 or 10,000 or 1,000 or whatever the number is, then you have access to the upside on that asset. So if you buy a tokenized whiskey or wine, let's say, and the cask costs $10,000, but by the time it's bottled and sold, it goes for $80,000 or $100,000. Well, the person that holds that token will realize the appreciation on that asset. So whatever the underlying asset behind that is, we call it real world because there are things that are out in the world today that people invest in. And what we're doing is we're bringing this on chain and giving people the opportunity to do it in a very simple and easy way with a click of a button. So if I wanted to invest in a piece of real estate tonight, for example, right, it would be very, very difficult for me to do. I could send money to someone, I could make a contract with someone very quickly, but with real world assets and the tokenized asset, you would be able to go onto a website, onto the Aurum exchange or onto the Aurum office and take a look at what the assets are that are available, let's say a property or an apartment or a house like the one you see there in the picture. And then you could decide what amount of money you'd like to invest in it. So even if it's $100 or $1,000 or $10,000, you could instantly buy that asset and then have ownership over that portion of the asset. So your ownership, and it wouldn't be the entire asset because you didn't pay the entire price for it, but it would be whatever the fraction of it is that you did. And this is represented by a token. Now, this is important for several different reasons. First of all, it allows for different types of capital to flow into these assets. So it's important on that level. But secondly, it's important because it creates a secondary market for some of these things. So if I bought this house tonight, if I had a lot of money and I'm like, okay, here's a check for 5 million dirhams, I just bought that house there. But then I decided tomorrow that I wanted to sell that house. It would be very, very difficult for me to liquidate that house tomorrow and get that money back into my account. Impossible, not difficult, impossible. So what does the tokenization allow for? It allows for people to have a secondary market where if I bought $10,000 of that house, there would be a marketplace, much like the Aurum exchange, where we would be able to then buy and sell these assets in fractionalized shares. And so it's really an exciting technology. Some of the biggest financial institutions out there are working very, very hard on this. And I think it's an exciting time. And so we're announcing real world assets. We've already announced the real estate one. We'll be making an announcement with a specific property and a specific developer here in Dubai in a very short time. But that being said, we had a very amazing meeting, myself and Ahmed and some of the other people that are involved in the corporate level. And we went and talked to them today, and it looks like we have a very good potential deal to be able to tokenize an exciting project here in Dubai. The next one that we're working on and that we'll be announcing the delivery date soon is tokenized gold. So gold is one of the oldest assets, one of the oldest safe havens for money out there when things go really bad in a lot of places, geopolitically, economies, inflation. A lot of people seek out gold and silver, but gold primarily, which has a much, much higher market cap, to be able to invest in. But if I bought those 5 gold bars there today, and then I had to get on a plane and go to the United States today, I wouldn't be able to take those with me, or it'd be very, very difficult to take those with me. And then if I needed to use the money that is inside of those things, or that is represented by those gold bars, it would be very, very difficult for me to spend them. And that's the beauty of the RWA, is that it is a fractional ownership of the gold, where we're creating a liquid market for it. So you can have the gold one day, and if you decide you need to put it in something else, invest it, spend it, you can have it out the next day. Excuse me. The next thing that I'd like to talk about, and I notice I'm taking up a lot of time over here, so I want to move a little bit faster so that I can introduce the people that need to be introduced. But the next thing is the data centers. So we have been working on, and we're happy to announce that soon we'll be able to invest in data centers, in infrastructure, real live servers in a data center as an RWA tokenized asset as well. So this is exciting for many reasons. First of all, it provides physical compute power to Aurum and to our network. And you're able to take advantage of this. It's fully managed by Aurum. It's deployed in the data center. It's operated by Aurum and our data center partners. And the infrastructure then is able to make money for those that hold the token. So if you think about it, if you wanted to invest in a data center like the one you see in the picture, you'd have to buy your own servers, you'd have to install them, you'd have to maintain them, or you'd have to be an investor in the company behind it. But what we're doing is we're allowing for people with, very, very small amounts of money up to large amounts of money to be able to invest in these assets in a very real way and have them be liquid as well. So it's really exciting. It's extending the digital asset infrastructure into our platform, and we're bringing opportunities for people to invest in things that are outside of only cryptos, only yield products, equities, stocks, bonds, and things of that nature. So pretty exciting time here at Aurum. I think everyone can agree that this type of technology, tokenizing things that are traditional investment vehicles, is exciting for a lot of reasons. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that we do have an update on the regulatory efforts. We have a VASP license in Poland that we've been working on getting ready to be able to be involved in the KYC portions of the exchange. And so what I mean by this, and I want to be very clear about this doesn't mean that everything on the platform of Aurum is going to be run through the VASP license. And now they're changing the denomination of it. Instead of a virtual asset service provider license, which is what VASP stands for, virtual asset service provider, it's going to be called a CASP now. And this is a European Union framework change. But Aurum, within the next 6 months, is going to be transitioning a portion of our KYC'd exchange and the KYC cards through this CASP license. So those people in the European Union that would like to use a KYC regulated portion of our exchange, of our custody service, and of our card business will be able to do so. Now, let me be crystal clear. This does not affect our non-KYC business at all. This does not touch the Aurum Infinity card. This does not touch the portions of the exchange that are decentralized and operate outside of the boundaries of this. And so after I showed this slide on stage, I got a lot of questions from a lot of people about, hey, does this mean that now everything on Aurum is going to be here, there, or the other? And the answer is no. It's going to be segregated into a KYC, light KYC version, and a non-KYC version, much like we have today. So it's a very exciting time for Aurum because we have products and services for everyone out there. And in Europe, what's happening with MiCA, what's happening with the new regulations, while it's troublesome for many, there's still opportunities for all of us at Aurum to take advantage of both KYC and non-KYC products. So I think it's a really, really exciting update and very excited to bring that online. Someone else is going to talk about this right now, so I don't want to go into this too far, but The U.S. market entry is the next thing that I'd like to talk about, and I'm winding down my slides here and my discussion. So we're very, very focused on entering the largest and most influential financial and fintech market globally, and that happens to be the U.S. market. Now in Silicon Valley, in New York, in Texas, in California, in Florida, in Chicago. There's many, many, many regulated large institutional capital. And we at Aurum want to be able to access this. And so Aurum is building a structured and compliant pathway to enter the US market. And so we've already very far down the road on this. We're working very hard on it. And we're excited to announce that we will be entering the US market very, very shortly. So, this is a little bit about the roadmap overview. Foundation phase has already happened. That's where we are. Regulatory alignment and growth of products and services is where we are today. I think it's important to add to that we are trying to improve the quality of the leadership within our corporate team. So I have some exciting announcements to make to the rest of the company right now. And then, market entry phase is 2027 and beyond, where we're going to be entering a compliant rollout of Aurum products and services in the US market, designed to scale and for long-term presence in the US market. So all that being said, really excited to be able to bring all this stuff to you guys. And that's about all I wanted to discuss today.